The world is hushed tonight, isn't it? The air feels heavy, as if it carries the weight of 1,000 unsaid words, 1,000 unwept tears. You sit perhaps in a quiet room, or maybe you're walking a lonely path where the stars seem too far to offer comfort. The soul is tired, so very tired. It's not the kind of weariness that sleep can mend, but something deeper, something that aches in the places where hope used to sing. Prayer, once a familiar friend, feels distant now, like a melody you can't quite recall. Where do you go when even prayer is silenced? Before we begin, can you share with me, where are you and what time is it? Maybe somewhere God is using that very moment to touch you, gently and very real. Imagine a small room lit only by the soft glow of a single candle. The flame flickers, casting shadows that dance on the walls, as if they too are searching for something. Outside, the wind whispers through the trees, but inside, there is only stillness. This is the place where the soul retreats when the world becomes too loud, too heavy. You are here, aren't you? Not in body, perhaps, but in spirit. You are here, carrying the weight of days that have pressed too hard, of nights that have offered no rest. Oh Lord, in this quiet, where are you? My heart is heavy, my voice is gone. Please, just sit with me. I am too tired to speak. The silence is not empty, though it may feel that way. It is a canvas, vast and waiting, where God paints with the softest of brushes. But tonight you cannot see the colors. You feel only the absence, the echo of prayers that once flowed freely but now stumble, caught in the throat. The soul is like a bird with folded wings, longing to fly but too weary to try. And yet, even in this stillness, there is a stirring, a faint, fragile pulse of longing. You want to believe that God is near, don't you? Even if you cannot feel Him, even if the silence feels like abandonment. This is not a place of answers, not yet. This is a place of being, of allowing the soul to breathe, even when each breath feels like a labor. The world tells you to move, to do, to speak. But God whispers something different. He says, "Be still." Not because He is far, but because He is so very close. So close that words are not needed, only the quiet of your presence. Can you feel it? That gentle pull, like a hand reaching for yours in the dark. It is not loud, not forceful. It is tender, like the touch of a parent soothing a frightened child. The emotions swirl now. Sorrow, perhaps, or a quiet anger at the way life has unfolded. There is a loneliness, too, isn't there? The kind that makes you feel like the only soul awake in a sleeping world. You wonder if anyone sees, if anyone cares. And prayer, oh, prayer feels like a bridge you cannot cross. You stand at its edge, looking at the other side, where faith once felt certain, where God felt near. But the way is shrouded in fog, and your feet are too heavy to move. Lord, I want to pray, but I cannot. The words are lost, the heart is bruised. If you are here, please hold me. I am afraid to be alone. St. John Paul II, that gentle shepherd, knew this silence. He carried the weight of a world in pain, yet he knelt in quiet chapels, his heart open to the mystery of God's presence. He did not run from the silence. He entered it, trusting that even when prayer faltered, God was listening. He once said that prayer is not just words, but a lifting of the heart to God, even when the heart is broken. Can you lift your heart now? Just a little? not with grand words or perfect faith, but with the raw, honest ache of your being. The candle in our imagined room burns low now, its light soft but steady. It does not banish the darkness, but it holds its own against it. So it is with your soul. You are not as lost as you feel, not as alone as you fear. The silence is not a punishment. It is a sacred space, a womb where God is forming something new, even if you cannot yet see it. Close your eyes, if you can. Let the silence wrap around you like a blanket. You do not need to speak. You do not need to pray. Just be. God is here, in the quiet, waiting with you. The tiredness remains. Yes, the questions linger. The pain does not vanish. But in this moment there is a small grace, a whisper of peace, a hint of presence. You are not forgotten. You are seen. You are known. You are loved. And in this silence, where prayer seems lost, God is holding you closer than you can imagine. The night stretches on, doesn't it? The hours blur and the silence grows deeper, like a river carving its way through the heart. You are still here, in that quiet room of the soul, where the candle's flame holds steady but feels so small against the vastness of your longing. The weariness has not lifted, and now another weight settles in, a doubt, a fracture in the faith that once felt unshakable. Where is God when the heart cries out and hears only echoes? Where is He when the prayers you used to know by heart now feel like strangers? You are not alone in this. The soul, like the tide, ebbs and flows, and there are seasons when faith feels like a distant shore. You stand at the edge, the water lapping at your feet, but you cannot see the other side. Loneliness creeps in, cold and heavy, whispering that no one understands, that even God has turned away. But listen closely. The silence is not rejection. It is an invitation, a call to seek God not in the loudness of certainty, but in the whispers of the dark. Lord, I am lost in this quiet. My faith is fragile. My heart is afraid. Please show me. You are near, even if I cannot see you. St. John Paul II knew this darkness. He walked through a world torn by war, by suffering, by the cries of the forgotten. Yet he knelt in the stillness, his heart open to a God who speaks in whispers. He taught us that faith is not the absence of doubt, but the courage to seek God even when the path is unclear. You are seeking, aren't you? Even now, in this moment of brokenness, your presence here is a quiet act of faith. You have not given up. You are still reaching, even if your hands tremble. The loneliness is real, though. It presses against the chest, makes the air feel thin. You wonder if anyone sees the battles you fight in the quiet of your heart. The world moves on, loud and bright, but you are here, carrying a sorrow that words cannot name. Perhaps you feel unworthy, as if your struggles are too small to matter or too great to be forgiven. But God does not measure your worth by the strength of your prayers or the clarity of your faith. He sees you, every tear, every doubt, every unspoken ache. Imagine, for a moment, a garden at night. The flowers are closed, their petals tucked against the cold, but beneath the soil, roots stretch deep, drawing life from hidden springs. So it is with your soul. On the surface you may feel barren, but beneath God is working, nourishing you in ways you cannot yet see. The silence is not a sign of his absence, but of his patience. He waits with you as a friend waits by the bedside of one who is grieving. Oh God, my heart is so heavy. I want to believe, but I am afraid. Hold me in this darkness. Let me feel your love. The prayers you once knew may feel distant, but there is a prayer in your longing, in the very act of sitting here, of listening to these words. You do not need to speak perfectly. You do not need to have all the answers. God hears the language of your heart, the sighs, the questions, the silent cries. He is not waiting for you to be strong. He is waiting to be your strength. Can you lean into that just a little? Can you let the silence be a space where you rest rather than a void you must fill? The doubt is not your enemy. It is a companion, a guide that leads you deeper into the mystery of God's love. St. John Paul II once said that faith is a journey, not a destination, and every step, even the faltering ones, brings you closer to the heart of God. You are on that journey now, in this very moment. The loneliness, the broken faith, the silenced prayers, they are not the end of the story. They are the beginning of a deeper trust, a trust that grows not in the light of certainty, but in the quiet of surrender. Close your eyes, if you can. Let the silence wrap around you like a shawl. Feel the weight of it, but also the warmth. You are not alone, even when it feels that way. God is here, in the dark, whispering your name. He sees the cracks in your faith and loves you all the more for them. The candle still burns, small but steady, a reminder that even in the deepest night, light endures. Rest here, just for a moment. Let the silence hold you. Let God hold you. The silence has deepened now, hasn't it? It is not just the quiet of a weary heart or the ache of faltering faith, but something heavier, something that clings like damp earth to the soul. Shame. It is a word that feels like a stone in the hand, cold and unyielding. You carry it, perhaps without naming it, in the memories of words you cannot take back, choices that haunt you, moments when you turned away from the person you longed to be. The weight of shame makes prayer feel impossible, as if God could not bear to look at you, as if your voice is unworthy of his ear. But, oh, beloved soul, this is not the truth. Shame is a shadow, not a light, and it distorts what is real. God does not turn away. He draws closer, his gaze soft with compassion, his heart open to every wound you carry. In this silence, where shame whispers lies, God speaks a different word: forgiveness. It is not a loud word, not a command, but a gentle invitation to lay down the stone, to let the earth fall from your hands and be washed clean by grace. Lord, my shame is a heavy cloak. I am afraid to face you. Please take this weight from me. Let me feel your mercy. St. John Paul II knew the burden of shame, not just in his own heart, but in the hearts of a world scarred by sin and suffering. He stood before crowds, his voice trembling with love, and spoke of a God who forgives, a God who runs to meet the prodigal child, a God who sees not the stain, but the soul. He taught us that shame is not the end, but a doorway to healing. If only we can step through. Can you take that step now, even a small one? Can you lift your eyes just for a moment to the one who waits with open arms? The memories press in, don't they? Moments when you fell short, when you hurt another, when you hid from yourself. They replay in the quiet, each one a thread in the tapestry of shame. You wonder if you can ever be whole again, if the pieces of your heart can be mended. But listen, God is a weaver, and He takes every thread, even the broken ones, and creates something beautiful. Your shame is not a barrier to Him. It is a place where His love works most tenderly, most powerfully. Imagine a river, slow and steady, its waters clear and cool. You stand at its edge, the stone of shame heavy in your hand. The river does not judge. It only flows, inviting you to release what you carry. Let the stone fall. Let it sink into the depths, where it will be smoothed by the current, transformed by time. So it is with your soul. Forgiveness is not something you earn. It is something you receive, like a gift left quietly at your door. God is offering it now, in this silence, in this moment. Oh God, I am so sorry! My heart is bruised. My soul is small. Wash me clean, please. Make me new in your love. The silence is a sacred space for this healing. It is not a place of condemnation, but of restoration. You do not need to speak perfect words or prove your worth. You only need to be here, to let God's presence seep into the cracks of your heart. Shame tells you to hide, but God whispers, "Come to me." He sees you, not the mistakes, not the failures, but you, His beloved, created in His image, cherished beyond measure. The journey through shame is slow, yes. The weight does not lift all at once, but each moment you choose to trust, each moment you let God's love touch you, the burden grows lighter. St. John Paul II once said that mercy is the heart of God, and that heart beats for you now, steady and sure, in the quiet of this night. You are not defined by what you have done, but by who you are, God's own, held in His hands, loved without end. Close your eyes if you can. Feel the river's current, gentle but persistent, washing over you. Let the shame slip away. Let it be carried by the one who bore all burdens on the cross. You are not alone in this silence. God is here, His love a balm, His forgiveness a light that no shadow can extinguish. Rest in that light, just for a moment. Let it hold you. Let it heal you. The silence has carried you this far, hasn't it? Through the weariness, the doubt, the shame, you have lingered here in this quiet space where the soul breathes slow and deep. The candle still burns, its flame a small but stubborn light, and now, in this moment, there is a shift, a whisper of something new, hope. It is not a loud hope, not a burst of certainty, but a gentle stirring, like the first green shoot breaking through winter's frost. The silence, once heavy, is becoming a cradle, a place where God is weaving light into the fabric of your soul. Hope does not erase the pain, not yet. The tiredness remains, the questions linger, but there is a warmth now, faint but real, like the touch of dawn on a cold morning. You have been seeking God in the dark, and though you may not see Him clearly, He has been with you all along, His presence a steady hand guiding you through the night. The silence is no longer a void. It is a sanctuary, a place where prayer is born anew, not in words, but in the quiet trust of a heart that dares to hope. Lord, I am still here waiting. My soul is tired, but I long for you. Please light my path. Show me your love endures. St. John Paul II knew this hope. He carried it through a world broken by division, through his own moments of sorrow and struggle. He knelt in silent chapels, his heart open to a God who speaks in the stillness, And he taught us that hope is not the absence of suffering, but the presence of love. You are held in that love now, aren't you? Even if you cannot feel it fully, even if it comes as a whisper, it is there, wrapping around you like a shawl, warming the places where the cold has lingered too long. Imagine a meadow at dawn, the grass still wet with dew, the sky soft with the first colors of morning. You walk slowly, your steps uncertain, but the air is fresh, and the world feels alive. This is your soul now, stepping into a new light. The silence has not been a punishment, but a preparation, a space where God has been tending to you, healing the wounds, planting seeds of hope. You are not the same as you were when you entered this night. You are stronger, not because you have fought, but because you have rested in God's presence. The prayers you thought were silenced were never lost. They were the sighs of your heart, the tears you shed, the moments you sat in the dark and dared to believe that God was near. Every one of those moments was a prayer, heard and treasured by the one who knows you better than you know yourself. The silence has taught you something sacred, that God does not need your words, only your heart, and your heart has been speaking all along. Oh God, my hope is small but growing. I trust you, even in my weakness. Hold me close, please. Let me rest in your light. The stillness is a gift now, isn't it? It is a place where you can hear the soft rhythm of God's love, a love that does not demand, does not judge, but simply is. You are enough, just as you are, with your doubts, your shame, your fragile faith. God sees you, and He delights in you. The silence is where He meets you most intimately, where He whispers your name and calls you His own. Can you feel it? That gentle embrace, like a parent holding a child, like a friend who stays through the long night. The world will call you back soon, with its noise and its demands, but you carry this silence with you now. It is a treasure, a quiet strength that will sustain you. When prayer feels distant again, when the weight returns, come back to this place. Sit with the candle, with the stillness, with the God who never leaves. You are not alone. You are never alone. The hope that stirs now is a promise, a light that will grow brighter with each step you take toward trust. Close your eyes, beloved soul. Let the meadow's dawn fill your heart. Feel the warmth of God's love, the steadiness of His presence. You are seen, you are known, you are loved beyond measure. The silence has been your teacher, your healer, your guide, and now it is your home, where God waits, always, to welcome you. And so we come to rest, here in the quiet embrace of God's love. The journey through the silence has been long, but it has brought you to this moment, where hope breathes softly, where the soul finds peace. Let us pray together, a prayer not of words alone, but of the heart, lifted to the one who has been with us all along. Heavenly Father, you who dwell in the silence, you who see every tear and hear every unspoken prayer, we come to you now, weary but trusting, broken but hoping. You have walked with us through the dark, your hand steady, your love unending. Thank you for the silence, for its lessons, for its healing. Thank you for never leaving us, even when we could not feel you. Hold us now, Lord. Wrap us in your mercy. Light our path with your hope. For those who listen, whose hearts are heavy, whose prayers are silenced, pour out your grace. Let them know they are seen, they are loved, they are yours. May this silence be a cradle, a place of rest, a space where your presence is felt, gentle and real. We rest in you, God of all comfort. We trust in you, God of all hope. Lead us forward step by step into the light of your love. Amen. The candle burns on, its light a reminder that God's love endures. You are held now and always in the silence, in the hope, in the heart of God. Go gently, beloved soul. You are never alone.